Okay, so before I showcase you guys the macro for Elemental Cavern, you would want to download the macro itself. If you already did that, then you can just skip this part. But if you haven't, you go into the description of this video. I will leave a link to this macro, like the website, and you have to also download AutoHotkey. If you are confused and you don't know how to do that, you can go to my previous video and you can follow along and download it and then come back to this video. But yeah, I'm assuming you have downloaded by now. If not, that's fine. Just look at what the macro can do and then you can download it later. But yeah, so you'll load into the game, right? Make sure make sure it's not default. Make sure it's click to move. This is really important. You scroll down, you'll see camera sense. Put it on to 0.2, and then you'll go down again. Put it on 1 bar, graphic quality 1 bar. Now your in-game settings, right? Make sure it's auto ready off, seamless retry off as well, and the rest should be fine. If not, also just disable this in case. So disable screen shake. And yeah, that should be it. Now, inside the macro itself, you will go to mode and go to custom. This config will be in my Discord server and in the official sys Discord server. So I recommend joining sys one instead, and you can ask for help there if you can't put it in somehow. But yeah, so after you put in the config, press F1 and it will start the game. It will start off by putting idle. Oh, right. About my unit, right? So I'm using Shinra, Aido, Tatsumaki, Gojo, Kirito, and Sunjinwoo. I'll explain why I'm picking this team. So Shinra, if you are bringing Shinra, right, you need either 2 light element or 2 dark. So either bring a Gojo or bring another dark DPS unit. Both ones should work. But yeah, if you don't have Shinra, Escanor should also work. And if you do bring Escanor, it might even be better. But I don't have Escanor, so I'm using Shinra. So yeah, so first slot is a fire element unit. Second slot is Idol. Third slot, I would heavily recommend you bring Tatsumaki, since this config, right, is putting the third slot on the hill, which if your unit is not on the hill, it won't be placed. So yeah, third slot, Nature, Tatsumaki, really good character. Fourth slot, if you do bring Escanor, you can bring another water unit. So you could say, you could bring like Gohan, Rimuru, whatever, Kaiser. Wait, maybe not Kaiser. I don't think he can beat us. I don't know. But just bring a water DPS if you can't bring Shinra, or if you can't bring Shinra, then just use light or dark character. Doesn't really matter. Now for the fifth slot, again, Kirito is really good for this. Find a light DPS character for your fifth slot. So it can be pretty much I can't even name one. Just use Kirito, bro. He's insane. Now for the sixth one, just use Sun Jinwoo because he is a dark element and he does a lot of damage, and he has like a lot of range, which is needed for Cavern and stuff. Now I'll stop my macro now because it pretty much won already. After you see that it upgrade everything. Now I'll explain why you're using these elements. So if you zoom in here, in the slot for Gojo, right? You're supposed to bring a water unit since water does 300% more, so 3 times more damage to this lane. Now for this one, right, it's a nature lane, so 300% more if you have nature, so 3 time damage. And my Tatsumaki is doing 50 mil. So yeah, that's nature. This one is a dark path, so you'll want to bring Sun Jinwoo, and he will clear everything. And for this one, you'll bring either Shinra or Escanor, and then you change the fourth slot to whatever you bring, depending on your first character, first fire element. And yeah, it's 300% to fire. And for this lane, the fifth slot is Kirito. And yeah, he'll do 3 times more damage. And that's basically it for the config. You can just leave it on. And the most important part about this config is to make sure that your click to move is moving, it's actually working. So yeah, like it's working for me right now, but for sometimes Roblox is just bugged and it won't work and you just won't win. So I mean like I have been using this for like a bit now. I have no issue with it. And it should be 100% win rate unless your unit is bad or something goes wrong somehow. But yeah, I don't think oh well actually I can actually show you guys how to put the config in now since I have some time left. So you'll go to your file explorer, right? So go in file explorer, which I'll put it right here. You'll go to download. So after you download my Elemental Cavern, Control A, Control C, so just copy it and then go into whichever version you're using. So right now I'm using v.0.2.8.1. So I'll go in here. I'll go to settings and you'll pick custom, right? You'll go into custom, Control A, Control V, and then file and click save. So that's it. And it should work. Now I'll leave the rest to I'll unpause my macro to show you guys that after this game mode ends, it will restart for me. Alright, this is the last boss since Gojo does not do enough damage because he's light. But anyway, retry shows up. You can see the win rate in the bottom left and it will retry for you and do pretty much whatever it just did before. And here, it'll repeat this. So yeah, the retry does work. And that's pretty much it for the macro. Good luck.